Hey guys, it's Bennett. Welcome back to BDP Sports Cards. I appreciate you joining me for what is sure to be a very, very frustrating experience for me. I appreciate you coming along for the ride. What you see in front of you on this table are two boxes from PSA. It is a PSA sub that I put in about 3 months ago. It's the first sub that I had done in a very long time. I was all but done with grading cards, and certainly grading cards with PSA. But I thought, after seeing a couple of things in the hobby and checking some things out for myself, I thought it might be worthwhile to do an experiment. One that I really sort of had wanted to do years ago, but the technology wasn't there yet to do it. So what I did was I took 125 cards and I ran them through 3 different AI card grading apps, Card Grader AI, Card Boss, and Figoka. I think I'm pronouncing that last one right. I then took the winners of those 3 apps, meaning of the 125 cards, I wound up with 39 that all 3 AI grading apps graded a 10, or said would grade a 10 and were worth grading. They recommended grading them. I then took them to a dealer here in the tri-state area, who I'm not going to name because I promised them I wouldn't. But anybody in this business, anybody in this hobby would tell you that he's one of the foremost experts in sports cards, and he has one of the best eyes in the business. People go to him from all over the country to get his opinion on very high-end cards that they're considering grading, or swapping from one slab to another, one company to another, submitting to PSA, not submitting to PSA, should I go to Beckett? All those questions, they run through this gent. And of those 39 cards, he picked out 22 that he himself would submit to grade that he believed would be a 10. Now, in these 2 boxes are those 22 cards. I know it's a long intro, but I really had to set up for you what's in these boxes, all right? One of these boxes is super heavy. The other one's really light. So let's open the heavy one first, I guess. Let's put the lighter one behind it. Let's open the heavy one. Let's cut the tape and open this. And I have not looked at these grades, all right? I did not get any upcharges. So I know that there's probably at least 1 or 2 cards in here that, I probably would have gotten a bigger charge for had they graded out a gem. So I'm sure those will disappoint me. Sorry, these are packed in super duper tight. All right, there we go. I'm going to take the PSA box, throw it behind me. I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to flip them over here on the table. I'm going to break them into 2 piles so it's even and kind of easier to deal with. And then I'll take this other box and I'll cut that one open as well and see what's in there. And there's only 1 card in this one. It's funny, I guess they could fit. Well, we have the answer to one question. PSA boxes, when they ship them back to you, can fit 21 cards, not 22. Anyway, so what you see in front of you is the result of that submission. I purposely did not look at the grades, although I was super tempted to do so that we could go through them live together. Now, keep in mind as I reveal these, right, I'm making an assumption going into this video that I'm going to be disappointed. There have been videos of late where certain people in the hobby have broken PSA slabs, resubmitted them to PSA. Almost every time they get different grades, higher, lower. There's clearly no consistency. There hasn't been in a very, very long time. Ever since the card boom, they never got their act together. And the result was some very, very sort of just chaotic experiences for collectors. So anyway, let's get into it. I've prattled on long enough. Keep in mind that every one of the cards sitting on this table was graded a 10 by 3 separate AI grading apps and was given a 10 rating by easily one of the top 3 eyes in our business, okay, in our hobby. So let's take a look at it. The first one up is a Steph Castle out of Mosaic, number to 49. It's an orange introductions, and it got an 8. So PSA is starting off hot. So this card is an 8. Next up, we have a Messi tie-dye at a 25. Okay, let's cover this one. There we go. There's a Messi tie-dye at a 25, and the grade on this one, a 9. PSA is 2 for 2. There's a 9. Okay, we got a Cade Cunningham auto at a Prism. This one's numbered to 49. This is one of the in-flight signatures. This one's the blue parallel, numbered to 49. And this got a 9. Well, that's 3 for 3 PSA. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Here's an Ethan I can never pronounce his name. Nwaneri. I think the N is silent. This is a Mojo. This is a case hit, an SSP. This one got a 10. Okay, so according to the apps and the experts, this is the first one PSA has gotten right. That's 3 wrong, 1 right. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of subjectivity, right? But this was 125 cards whittled down to 22. So 103 cards didn't make the cut, according to 4 different sets of eyes, let's call them. Okay, here he is again. This one's a orange autograph out of Finest to 25. And this one got a 7. Now explain a 7 to me. All right, 9, 8 even. 7? 7. All right, next up is a Donovan Clingan number 275. It's an auto. I think this was a variation. Yes, it's a rookie ticket variation. This, and there's a Bezelis that came out of the same box of cards that both went in for grading because they looked good to all the experts. Got a 10. Okay, so that's 2 for PSA on the plus side and 4 on the other. Okay, here is a Bezelis. I think there's another Bezelis. This might be the... No, this is the same thing. It's the rookie ticket variation. Yes. So this is the rookie ticket variation bronze, number 275. And this, out of the same box, got a 6. Got a 6. I would say something if I had something to say. A 6. Same box of cards. The apps gave both of them a 10. The expert looked at it, gave it a 10, and one got a 10, one got a 6. You want to talk about consistency? Let's go PSA. Okay, here we go. Here is a Devin Booker case hit. This is the Groovy parallel out of this is out of Optic. Prism Black. Sorry, Prism Black. And this got a 9. Okay, that's 2 in the plus column and 6 on the wrong side. Now, here's some of my favorite cards to grade with PSA, right? You've heard me have this conversation. I've literally never gotten a superfractor back from PSA in a 10. I've never seen it. Not only have I never gotten it back, I've never seen a superfractor. I've seen one of ones, but never a superfractor, never that finish on a card. I've never seen a 10. I have 2 superfractors. In fact, this is the other one, which is right here. We'll do these back to back. Both of these were considered 10s by all the apps and the expert. Keep that in mind. Both were considered 10s. Let's see what PSA had to say about these. So here's a Slade Caldwell Optic Signatures Gold Vinyl 1 of 1 out of Optic. Got an 8. Now, it's a 1 of 1. It's a superfractor. It doesn't really matter, but it got an 8. All right. Now, here we go. This is a Chet Holmgren Superfractor at a 24-25 Topps Chrome. This is the 73 variation. There you go. There's our Superfractor, and this one got a 9. So we got a 9 and an 8 for our two Superfractors. Pretty standard for for PSA. So far, by the way, we have 2 10s out of this entire submission. Two so far. Okay, here we go. Here's an Elian Pena. This is a Bowman Chrome. This is the gold geometric. And it got a 10. There's our third win for PSA. Here's a Giannis, number to 20. This one got an 8. Into that pile. Here's a Jalen Wells. This is a white sparkle. Got a 9. We'll go into this pile. Here's a Trent Alexander-Arnold. This is a stained glass. This one got a 10. One more win for PSA. That is 4 10s out of this entire submission so far. Okay, here's the other Bezelis. This one was just a straight Prism autograph, if memory serves. Yes. Got a 10. There's another one for you, PSA. Congratulations. Here's a Sean Taylor pink glitter out of 15. I think this was an FOTL box of Select. Got a 9. Here's a Victor Osimhen. This is a rated rookie. This is the blue shimmer out of Asia. Got a 9. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. 9s aren't the end of the world, right? But this percentage of 9s and then 8s and 7s, I think there was a 6 in here with just these few 10s after all the eyes that hit these cards. It's hard to believe. This is a bubble gum. This is out of one of the snack packs of Chrome. So this is a first auto numbered to 5. Isn't that a pretty card? And I know at first blush that looks like it's off center. I don't know, for some reason these bubblegum cards tend to look like that. I've looked at other ones because I asked that question. As a matter of fact, I asked that question to my guy. I go, does that look off center? And he said, no, 45-55. That should still 10. But this is the one I should say he was on the fence about. So he thought this could 9. I'm just for full transparency. And it got an 8. Okay. Here we go. Here's another Messi. This one numbered to 299. And this is a pink mojo. Pretty card. Got a 10. There we go. This is a Travis Bazana. This is a gold shimmer auto, number 3 out of 50, out of 25 Bowman. This isn't his first. His first was in 24, but still a big prospect. Got a 10. That's a nice one. This was a Pokemon card, which I was told to grade because it had some value. I won't pretend when looking at a Pokemon card to know what I'm looking at, or to know if it'll grade well. But one of these AI apps in particular is good with these Pokemon cards. And again, the guy I took it to said it had a shot. But this is another one he wasn't going to lock himself into. But as you can see, the centering works all around. The edges, the I guess we can call those corners, are all clean. Got a 7. And last but not least, we have Eduardo Quintero. This is black at a 10. This is his first. It's a black X-Fractor that got an 8. What a good way to end it. So, this is my PSA submission, the result of which, a PSA submission where 4 different experts, let's call them that, 3 computer-based, 1 live, predicted that, let's say 20 of the 22 were good, solid 10s. And what we got back from PSA was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A hit rate of right around 30%. That's pretty awful. Look, Will I be grading with PSA anymore? No. Frankly, I was done grading with PSA a long time ago. But as you can see by the cards surrounding it, these are all in PSA slabs. I certainly have a lot of PSA cards, but I guess what I'm getting at is that until we in the hobby sort of stand up and say, it's ridiculous and we're not going to do it anymore. We're not going to pay these fees, wait these times, value these cards so much higher than we value SGCs and the other grading companies. Then PSA is going to continue to do this to us, and they can open grading centers in Jersey City. They can open them all over California. They can open one in the South. It's not really going to matter, right? Because they're hiring people. And if you ever look at, by the way, at an ad for graders for PSA, you'll see the qualifications are not, they list these qualifications that seem almost unrealistic because the job pays like $20 an hour, $21 an hour. That's how much they're paying somebody to make, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 decisions. In what other business is anybody paid that much, to do that? In what other business is the same guy who, makes your salad in the QSR concept near your house? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Where is that guy able to leave that job making salads and sandwiches and go and start making decisions that are really, really, financially significant? Well, PSA is the answer, right? PSA is the job. That's the job you can get for $20 an hour, where they give you some garbage training and you're entrusted to grade cards and have no real background to do it. Anyway, this is my last sub to PSA officially. I hope you guys go the same route. Please drop me a comment. Let me know. I mean, you can go back on my channel and watch some of the horror stories with PSA and some of the ridiculous grades, and some of the surprisingly good grades that I've gotten over the years. Anyway, if you like the content, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.